Hello, everyone. Welcome to Down Home Crypto. Now, today we've got an exciting project we're going to dive deep into. But as always, the very beginning, I've got to be honest and keep my integrity, which is this is a sponsored promotion. But as always, that's not going to affect my opinion. I'm going to dive deep. I'm going to get you the answers you want. Everything good or bad, doesn't matter. And if you have any questions, toss them in the chat. Let's get those answered for you. So without further ado, on your marks, get set, go! And welcome, Stay High. Welcome, TK. How you guys doing today?
Hello.
How's it going? Pretty good.
Awesome. So, of course, today we're talking to Ready, Set, Go. And these are the founders of that. And guys, I absolutely love the logo. This is completely great, especially being an old race car driver. The whole concept of Ready, Set, Go was just amazing. So who'd like to give us a quick rundown of what is Ready, Set, Go?
I can do
I'll
it.
take care of that.
Okay.
I'll let TK do it then.
As long as I'm not breaking up. Okay. So RSG is a competition-based token. 7 days a week, we run a competition. The first 6 days of the week is all about getting a small piece of the tax every day. And then at the end of the week, the seventh person will get a much larger piece of the tax. So it's all about competition. It's all about swing trading. It's all about actually using the token. It's not about just hodling, though there are rewards for the hodlers. We don't try to make this about just the traders, but it's also about the hodlers. The hodlers can collect as well. There'll be a piece of the transaction going back to the hodlers at the end of the week as well. Everybody can take a claim off of the DApp that's being developed. And there's also an exciting passive income play that we're trying to make as well. We've been collecting NFTs with other projects that have bot trading, that have yield farming, and have certain types of Bitcoin mining in the cloud. So we have a few of those things going on as well. Once those things come to fruition, we'll put more of that out there. But that's the basic rundown.
Perfect. Okay, great. And no, that's good. So what I wanted was a quick elevator pitch. Now, we're going to dive deep into this, of course, but I wanted to give you just a quick synopsis there, guys. So I want to give a shout out real quick. Hey, Chris, welcome. Glad to have you here, brother. Greek DeFi, welcome to the show, buddy. Good to have you. So, of course, Ready, Set, Go. Now, right off the bat, that gives us a feeling of this is a race. Now, I love the fact that this is bringing crypto to gamification. And so, let's start at the very beginning right now. I understand that Ready, Set, Go is going to be a stealth launch. Do we have any rough idea when that launch is going to occur?
We're still in development right now. They're still working on the token and the claiming DApp. So we don't have a rough date yet.
Okay. That's okay.
But, regarding the stealth launch, it'll probably be like a 7 day period. So with the 6 hour window.
Okay. Sounds good. And do we have an idea what the token price is going to be? Any rough guesstimate?
It'll probably be under a penny.
Under a penny. Okay. No, that's good. Just to get some idea of what we need to do. Now, of course, there is the option to get into it right now with the NFTs, which we'll get into in just a second there. Okay, so let's dive into this real quick because TK gave us a quick synopsis, but I really want to get a deep rundown into this. And so let me share this slide. I kind of paraphrase things a little bit. So we're going to, sorry, I had it and I lost it. There it is. Okay. So now this is going to be why did that do that? Okay, it hates me. There we go. So this is going to be a 7-day competition. Now, this competition is based off the taxes of this, the token price itself, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so if I read the white paper correctly, our taxes are a 10% buy and a 10% sell tax.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
And now this is where the competition comes into play. And so make sure I'm understanding this correctly before we start coming up with strategies and how we're going to get rich off this. So day one, somebody makes a purchase. They get entered into that drawing for the weekly prize. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And now, do we know what days of the week? Is that going to start like on a Monday and run until a Sunday, or is it like Tuesday to Wednesday? How's that going to work?
I'm not sure yet, but if it's like, for example, like a Wednesday, then it'll be a Wednesday to Wednesday,
Okay,
so
and
like
that
a
will
whole
just
7 days.
okay. And now, will there be a pause in between those competitions, or will it immediately roll into the next one?
I'm assuming it'll immediately roll over to the next one. At least that's how
Okay,
I'm hoping it'll be.
okay, got it. And that's kind of things I was wondering about. Now, to make sure I understand how this is going to work, so somebody has to make a purchase on that particular day. So let's say on day one, somebody has to buy. Is there a certain amount they have to buy to enter that giveaway, or is it just any amount of purchases?
I believe there's gonna be like a small amount. I'm not sure what the amount is yet. I'm waiting on a response back from the dev team.
Okay. So yeah, everybody, please understand this is very early. It still is in development, but I wanted to get this information to you right away. And this is where we get to ask the questions, and hopefully you'll get to help guide the protocol into the best way we think it should run. So any advice, questions, any of you guys got, throw them in the chat there, and we'll definitely get to them. So welcome back, Crypto. Good to have you here. Yes, 7 viewers so far. That's okay. It'll be out there for the world to see, and we'll keep building on it. So right here on the tax, now right off the bat, a 10% buy tax and 10% sale tax to some might seem steep. But then I did a full breakdown on exactly where that's going. And so, are there anything you guys want to touch on this as far as why something is a certain way that maybe doesn't immediately scream out what it is?
So it has a higher tax. That way we can be able to collect more funds in the treasury, and we can be able to reward everybody.
Okay.
But yes, it's a higher tax, but there's a lot more going back to the holders.
Right. And that's one thing I did notice is, I mean, you start doing the math across here. So you got 2% per day. And then on day 7, now that's a 10% price. Now,
Right.
question for you. On day 7, they have to make the purchase on that particular day, right? So day 1 has to be
Right.
on day 1. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be every 24-hour period when the winner will be selected.
Okay. And so on that, let's say day 1, I go in and I buy, say, 100 RSG tokens. Do I have to hold that 100 RSG until the end of day 7, or how does that work?
No, you can keep swing trading.
Okay. Just to the end of 7 days, I have to have some RSG tokens.
Yes. Yeah, you have to have some tokens in your wallet to be able to claim your prize.
Okay.
Now, even if you win, you'll also be able to claim as a regular token holder.
Oh, okay. So not only somebody who's playing, but just being a token holder also can win as well.
Exactly.
Okay. And that's a great piece of information. I didn't read that in the white paper, so I want to make sure I clarified all this here. And so we've got 2% on day 1. Day 1 through day 6 gets 2%. Day 7 gets 10%. Now, NFT holders, now they get 20%. So tell me about the NFTs, if you would.
TK, you wanna take care of that part?
Yeah, I'll take care of the NFTs. So, like a lot of projects, our NFTs are the heartbeat of getting our development done. The funds that the NFTs create will be principally going to LP. Roughly 80% going costs and the background passive income that we're trying to develop. So simply by holding our NFT, you are saying, 1, that you believe in the product, 2, that you believe in passive income, and you want to be part of that show.
Okay. Sounds good. But now the NFTs are available right now. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
They go for a quarter BNB a piece.
So right now, the best strategy is to wait till BNB makes a quick dip and then scoop up a couple of these guys before it pumps back up.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, last week was a great time. We ran a couple of flash sales last week. I try to run a flash sale every day, but we ran a couple of good ones last week when BNB was down. With the rising of Bitcoin, everything's going up. But
that it is.
Hey, take advantage though. Even now, the price is just going to keep on going up with what Bitcoin's doing.
Yeah, and right now we're down a little bit, which is kind of nice. And so, yeah, if this is something you're interested in, definitely worth checking out. And let me share that link to that real quick. There it is. Okay, so I'll put this link in the chat, guys, if you want to check it out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Here's something big. We don't really talk about it a lot. We don't talk about it a lot, but it is a big part of what I said, the passive income. we have a couple of serious heavy hitters in the treasury pool right now. We put a Prisma One NFT in the treasury. We have a couple of One NFTs themselves. We've been eyeballing some things from Warfi and Warhaven. So we're looking at real passive income. We're not looking at Pontonomics. We want to have real money coming back to our holders and going back to our LP.
Okay. And that was one of the sections I wanted to ask you about, was the external revenue sources. And so I'm going to get to that in just a second here, if I could. But I had a couple more on the game thing, because, of course, I mean, that's one of the biggest things is the gamification. That's your day-to-day interaction on that. Now, when somebody does purchase the RSG, they don't have to stake or anything like that. It can just be held in their wallet. Is that correct?
That's correct. Just by holding.
Okay. Okay. So there's no lock stake, nothing crazy like that where you lock it up for so much time, something like that. Okay.
Nope.
Good to know. Now, I'm sorry?
It's your money. We want you to use it.
Perfect. I like that. And that's one thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I've never liked a project to say, hey, you have to buy it and then lock stake it with us. We got to have possession of it for so much time. And that's just never made a lot of sense to me. So I like the fact you're giving us that, but also you're creating that opportunity to swing trade. And but yet every swing trade does make an entry into the jackpot. Now, let me ask you, if somebody makes multiple purchases in a day, is each one of those an entry into the weekly competition, or is it just one per day?
Every single one is an entry.
Okay. Sounds good. And does it matter the volume on that? Like if somebody purchased 1,000 RSG versus 10, does 1,000 carry more weight or more entries into it than the 10 purchase does?
No, it'll be one entry.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out all the little, of course, me being a gamer, I've got to ask all these little details because I'm digging into it. It's like, I wonder, can I do this? Can I do that? And finding out the strategies there. Now, will the winners for each day, will that be announced at the end of that day, or will it wait till the end of the week to know if you're going to be a winner or not?
So every day, once there's a winner selected, that winner will be displayed on our website. There will be a section there for the winners, and also a timer.
Okay, so that way they're going to know if they have to hold on to RSG at the end. They can't swing trade themselves out of RSG. They need to at least hold some at the end of that week.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And when the winner is displayed, it'll show the transaction that it picked.
Okay, and that was
and
my
how
next
much
question.
Tokens also.
Perfect. Okay, that was my next question. How are those winners selected?
I think I'm not sure. I'm not really a developer, so I'm not really too sure. But it'll be automatically. I'm assuming it's gonna be some kind of bot.
Okay.
Because our project's gonna be it's gonna be handled automatic through a bot.
Okay, like a random number generator or something along those lines, where there's no special treatment or anything, depending on what the wallet is. Just
I imagine it'll be a random trigger. It'll just find a buyer and say, "Oh, you're a good one." It won't be a set number. It'll just fire off.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming it'll probably go through all the transactions like that have occurred throughout that 24-hour period.
Okay, so it's going to wait till the end of the 24-hour period and then draw one out of that last 24 hours, or sometime during the day. Do you think it's going to run?
We're still working on that with the developers. We're trying to figure out the correct way to handle that. Okay,
sounds good. And yeah, sorry if I'm fast firing questions to you guys, but I had a lot of them. This was really exciting.
Oh, no, you're good.
No,
you're good.
We'll jot them down and we'll be asking the developers ourselves. Don't worry, you're helping us.
Perfect. I figure if I don't ask hard questions that you're not sure of, then I probably didn't do my job right. So, I'm going to keep going with it. But hey, want to give a shout out. Hey, Wild Angel, good to have you with us. Chris Cruz, Chrome, good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us today. And of course, we're here talking with the founders of Ready, Set, Go, which this is an exciting project. Now, we are still very, very early, guys. But if you have any questions at all, throw them in the chat below. I did share the link to the white paper, the website, everything there. And so stay tuned. We're going to be diving in deep because, of course, I've got to know the nuts and bolts. I want to know how this thing works. Okay, so no questions have rolled through so far. So let's see. Trying to go through my list of questions here, guys. Now, of course, this is the first one I had, which is, will the team be publicly doxxed? I mean, obviously, TK, you're up here with me. But, hey, what are your thoughts on this?
Oh, yeah,
Stay high. Will you ever get doxxed? And if so, then great. And if not, why not?
I'm not sure. I just with so many crazy people out there in crypto, I'm not sure, but maybe who knows?
Okay. And that's fair. I actually had a big, long 2-hour debate with Matt Hatter from the Pillars community a few months ago about that very concept. And it was one of those where, it's really hard to do a research on a project when you can't research the team, was my argument. And his was, well, DeFi is all about anonymity. It shouldn't matter who the founders are as long as, the code is secure and everything else. And so it's a very heated topic. So I found it interesting that one of the founders is doxxed here on screen and one is not. Not saying it's bad, just it was interesting.
Right.
There are a lot of projects.
Yeah, I get your point.
Sorry, Stay High. Go ahead, buddy.
No, you go ahead.
I was just saying that there's a lot of projects that are doxed out there that have, failed. I mean, I was part of a big one that recently failed and changed names and all that. I'm not going to diss on anybody, but I've only been around the crypto sphere for about 24 months, maybe a little less. And in that time, I've seen a lot of projects that, they've interviewed you look at Sam Bankman-Fried, right?
Right.
You have bad players all over.
Agreed. And yeah, having somebody doxxed doesn't guarantee they're going to be safe. I mean, we've all dealt with several projects that they were doxxed. You knew them. I mean, they were on there every day saying, look at how great I am. And then they run away with millions of dollars. So, it is not a pass or fail test. It was just a question of, interesting.
Yeah.
So, hey, welcome, Gods of Gaming. Good to have you with us, brother. Oliver, always nice to see you, my man. What's up, guys? I'm starting from the beginning, so I'm 15 minutes behind. You are. And Oliver, man, I did some rapid fire questions right off the bat. I mean, I just dove in full speed. But of course, the project's ready, set, go. So, you know me. I've got to go straight from the meat. I've never been one to kind of pussyfoot around with the fluff. I always want to go straight to the marrow. So Ready, Set, Go says, come support our project. And West Choice, what's up, guys? Thanks for stopping support. Absolutely, brother. Now, guys, if you have questions, if you want to go in and start asking some of these or learn more about them, let me share the Discord here, because that's where you're going to find out exactly what's going on. And that's where we're going to learn about the flash sales. So now the flash sales, you mentioned those a second ago, TK. Tell us about that. How does a flash sale work, buddy?
So, throughout the day, there's no real set time or any randomization to it. It's really just kind of based how I feel during the day. I get on there, and once every 24 hours, I like to put a 20% off sale. Every once in a while, we do a BOGO sale, buy one, get one 25% off. That's about the lowest we've gone so far, the best prices that we've given. But generally, like I said, just anywhere in 24 hours, I don't sleep well, so sometimes I even do it at 1 and 2 in the morning so that the other side of the world gets a chance.
Okay, that works. So being a part of the Discord and finding out about those flash sales, that saves you 20%. That's 0.05 of the BNB. So that works out to what, about 12, 15 bucks, somewhere in there?
Like 10, 11 bucks. Well, it was at the price it was before.
That's fair. So that's a good deal. I mean, just for hanging out and just watching for that ping to come across, man, that's like a $10 discount right there. But I'm sure we're going to have something along those lines here. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it to TK.
Hey, surprise, TK! We're gonna do something special, buddy. You just don't get to know about it, apparently.
Yeah, TK, you remember that special sale?
Yeah,
you remember that special sale, TK?
What special sale? I'm kind of lost.
The 30%.
Oh, you want to run a 30% sale while we're on the air?
Yeah, we want to run it for the community that's all right here for Serenity. Exclusive.
Awesome.
Right. Tell us about it. Stay high. How do you get into it? 30% discount just for being one of our viewers. How do they get it, brother?
So you just simply go, you purchase your NFT, and you just open a ticket, and you send us your transaction hash, and you'll get your 30% refund back.
Okay. Pretty simple directions there, guys. So right there's the link to mint your NFT. And as we showed just a second ago, let me add this back in. There it goes. So currently the price is $56. So you take 30% off that is, what's that drop it? So that's going to drop it $17 essentially. And all you have to do is once you purchase your NFT, go into the Discord, which we showed the link right there, and open a ticket, and they're going to give you that $17 back. So that's going to drop that price down to what, $39 off of 56. Scream a deal if this is a fit for you. Now, as always, guys, this is not financial advice. I can tell you, I do own 2 of these NFTs. I'm looking forward to them, and I'm picking up a couple more. But do your own research. Do not listen to me. Do not listen to them or anybody else. Make your own decisions, because in the end, you're responsible and accountable for your decisions. So make sure it fits for you. Okay.
Now, there's one thing good about owning an NFT is that you're also going to get a surprise amount of RSG tokens one day after launch. That's not mentioned in the white paper, but the people that got in early in the Discord, they know about it.
Yes, we do. So tell us about that, if you would.
Yeah, so just one day after launch, there'll be a surprised amount. You guys won't be able to know, but you'll be surprised with them.
Okay, so not only is it 20% of all the taxes and fees go to the NFT holders, but now they also get an allocation of RSG tokens on day 1 for the launch then.
One day after launch.
Okay, so that's pretty exciting there, guys. Now let's get through this a little bit. Hold on, I got distracted. You guys got me all excited on the sale. Now I'm all confused. Okay, so now that slide I just had, that just shows the buys and sales taxes. But now, of course, that's not the only revenue stream for the Ready, Set, Go. So let's jump into the external revenue streams, and let's talk about those a little bit if we can. There we go. Okay, so the external revenue stream, now this is separate from your swing trades or anything like that. And that actually goes back and gives the NFT holders another 30% on top of that. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so you're getting 20% from the swing trading, and then you get 30% from the external revenue sources. So 50% right there across all the revenue coming into the protocol go to NFT holders.
Exactly.
Okay. So yeah, that's really exciting, and I want to dive more into these. But of course, my first question, as we always like to know, is what are the external revenue sources? Can you share any of them, and are any currently running?
Chica, you want to handle that?
Guys, can you hear me? Things are a little crackling up on my end.
Yeah, we hear you.
Am I coming through?
Yeah, you're coming through okay, buddy.
Okay. So as of right now, we hold a Prisma 1 NFT. That's our shining trophy in the box. That particular NFT is going to be a huge hit with anybody who likes bot trading. The guys at Prisma 1, that's Moon God, him and his team put together a trading bot that is supposed to be doing anywhere from 9 to 12% in monthly returns. This is something that should be looking forward to in about 2 years, though. So it's a long-term play. It's not something that's going to pay out right away. But when it does, it's going to be going really strong to the liquidity pool. It's going to be going real strong back to the NFT holders and the token holders. Everybody's going to get a piece of that. We have a few other NFTs in the box. Nothing that puts out more than a few dollars a week or so. Recently, I did a play with a cloud mining play. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm still testing out the waters. I want to make sure it's not a Ponzi scheme. I want to make sure that it's actual real money being generated from a real Bitcoin mining service. I want to make sure it's not fake. But it's looking good. Again, we test everything out. A lot of it's done with our own money. It's not necessarily done with the RSG money. We want to make sure that it's actually something that we would say, "Hey, Mom, look what I got into. Why don't you get into?" I would never want to give my friend a bad play, and that goes for this whole project.
Okay, and it's funny you just said that because just popped in is my mom. So hi, Mom. So so this is not your quick flip, get rich quick, 10x in a week and get out. This is something that's a very long-term play, but with the gamification to make it fun and enjoyable on a day-to-day basis.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. Stay high. Stay high is the guy who likes to have a lot of fun. I get a little more serious. So together we do real well.
I like that. And yeah, that's what I really noticed while I was reading through the white paper and learning about this is there's a lot of different aspects that you can do. You can do the long-term hold of just an NFT and just go from there. You can purchase the coins, hold on to those, and those pay out passively over time as well. Then you can do the competition as on top of all those for more your gambling needs that you want. It's like, okay, I want to try and win this one this week. Or maybe we keeping an eye on the RSG token, you find out how many people purchased that day. So before you go to bed, it's like, there's only been 5 purchases today. I'm going to make a purchase. Gives you great odds versus other days where there's been 100 purchases. So I like the fact you guys have incorporated all this into one protocol.
Yeah, I wanted to create something that was fun and different.
Stay high is the man with the plan. I'm just here to back him up.
You guys are doing great. I like what I've read so far. So I'm really curious as far as right off the bat, before we get into the other revenue stream stuff, because we talked a lot about the gamification of this, the fun of it. So I'm curious, TK, what would be your best strategy that personally, if you were on the outside looking in, what would be your strategy, how you would play the RSG game?
Well, you kind of said it yourself just a minute ago. I always thought I would look to see how many trades are going on in the day and how many I need to spend, how many small trades I need to make myself to come out on top. That would be the number one way to do it. Pay attention to how many trades. And then again, maybe you're not a massive trader. Maybe you're not a guy who likes to spend, 5 or 6 trades a day on my back. Okay.
Yeah, you're back.
so I feel that it's the swing trading. I feel it's the swing trading that's the best way to go because it helps the protocol and it helps give you the best opportunity.
Okay. And yeah, that was kind of my strategy. I didn't mean to lace the direction you were going on that. So stay high. How would your strategy vary from TK's?
I would probably just look for my opportunities to buy low and then take profits when the price is right and then rinse and repeat.
Okay. And so, I was thinking about it earlier today. It's like, okay, if I took $10 a week, like instead of buying a scratch ticket, if I went in every day and bought $1 worth of RSG, held it, and then did $1 every single day, then the end of 7 days after the winners are announced, everything's done. Okay, sell it because the price obviously went up during that time. Get my profits, turn around and rinse and repeat and do it again. And it's like, that could be really interesting how that would work.
Right. Yeah, I would try to swing trade and get as much profit as I can, and then at the end of the week, I would just wait for the right opportunity and buy a big bag, so that way I'm able to claim more of the rewards for holding more.
Okay. Now, you guys have mentioned swing trading a lot. Now, of course, for a lot of investors, swing trading or trading of any kind is scary. We don't have the emotional dedication, or we're not mellow enough. We don't understand the technical analysis enough to know when it's a good time to buy or not. Do you have to be a trader to really participate within the RSG ecosystem?
No, you don't have to be a trader. As long as if you want to hold the RSG NFTs, then you can hold those. And if you want to just get a nice bag at the end of the week and to claim as a holder, then you can do that as well.
Okay. So there are other ways besides just swing trading to get into the competitions and be a part of this. So it's
Exactly,
not just trade. Okay. That's a big thing I wanted to cover on that, because that was one thing that I was really curious about.
Yeah, you just get a couple buys in there and that'll automatically enter you and you don't have to swing trade.
Okay. And so now anybody who's just joining in, they did announce just a minute ago. I think we got them back. Okay, let me remove it. There we go. Back to K.
I think so.
Welcome back. Glad to have you, brother.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Technology.
You gotta love it. So, okay, so we are going to do this. We're going to put venues delete your comments. Yes, unfortunately, we always have somebody in the comments who's just going nuts. Venues delete their comments. So I'm going to delete that individual. So I do apologize to everybody out there. They do show up on the live streams. That's one of the risks of doing this. Yeah, honestly, it's one of those where I try not to show. I try to ask the questions. I try to look into the gamification concept. Any excitement you see from me, guys, is genuine. It's just my excitement. As I said in the very, very beginning of this, I will give you my honest opinion, good, bad, or indifferent, and I will ask the hard questions one way or another. What you do is up to you. So please ignore the guy who I just banned and pushed out of the rooms. And I apologize for the rudeness.
Yeah, we want honest feedback.
Absolutely.
Good or bad. Good or bad.
Hey, that's what we're here for. And I think that's great to have an AMA like this when something is still in development. It's still early. There's still time to do some shifting, some minor finesse one way or another if we find that there is an issue or a concern.
Exactly.
Okay.
Anything
So on that,
anything that can be used to make it better is what we want to hear.
Okay. No, and that's great. I love a project that really, a team, a team of a project who wants to hear feedback, because there's so many teams out there that are like, no, we know exactly what we're doing. It's going to be this, and that's it. There's no changing. You guys seem to be very receptive of that. Now, how has the community been as a part of guiding and helping nurture that journey?
They've actually been very patient.
Have they been giving good feedback to you?
Yeah, patience is the thing. Patience is the best way to describe it. You know, we have community members that come in that are constantly asking. I don't use the word constantly. They come in frequently and they ask how are things going. It's frustrating that we don't have a lot from the developer at the moment to give to everybody. It's coming to the end stage. And that's when it gets tough to get information, because it's all about testing. It's no longer about the protocol. It's all about, is it working?
Right.
Yeah, and the dev team, they want to make sure that everything's working correctly. This is something new. I don't think there's anything out there like this, so I'm pretty sure it's something new for them as well.
Exactly. Yeah, I've seen different pieces as far as I've seen NFT projects. I've seen some competitions of buys and sells. I've seen some long-term holders, but I've never really seen this configuration. So I think you're kind of making a new entity out of all these pieces. So I think it's great.
Thank you.
Sure. So now let me ask you, because there was one concern I had right off the bat. So now the buy and the sell tax. Let's see if I can do this. And let's take this back. Click the right button here. There it goes. Okay, so you've got a 10% buy and a 10% sell, and I understand that and realize that. Now, in the white paper, it had mentioned that those taxes are immediately converted to BNB. Is that correct?
That was the plan, but I was talking to the developers about that, and they're still working on a way to be able to do it better, to save on gas fees. Because originally I wanted it to be every buy and sell, it automatically swap back, but they were doing the math, and it'll be like a high gas fees every week from doing every transaction.
Okay. And yeah, that was one of my concerns. And the other wouldn't that create a sell pressure on the RSG token if you're constantly pulling that out of the liquidity?
No, it'll be every single buy or sell transaction. So it'll be very small. So it wouldn't affect anything really.
Okay. So I was very worried that, okay, if you're taking the BNB out of it, or if you're selling the RSG from your taxes, moving it to BNB and exiting that out of the liquidity pool, it could create a constant sell pressure scenario, was my concern.
Right, yeah. We're still working on that part, and I'm hoping I get a final answer on that pretty soon.
Okay. So that part is still in the works. And that's good.
It was discussed. I'm not in those high level meetings. Stay High takes care of that. But he talks to me afterwards. It had been discussed about the possibility of it looking like a dump, and that was a concern as well. So it's still being worked.
Okay. And yeah, because that's one thing when I started doing the math, I'm like, that's a concern I've got to ask about. So, and as always, I'm going to ask the hard questions. So,
Yeah, we definitely don't want to create any dumps or sell pressure.
right.
Although some will probably like it, they'll be able to scoop up some more, especially if it was at like the end of the week and it was a nice dip, and they'll be able to buy a whole big amount and then claim more rewards.
Exactly.
So there's good and bad to it.
Right. There is, absolutely. Now, of course, a lot of protocols like this have a kind of a pattern, if you will. They start strong. There's a lot of buys, a lot of people getting into it. And then over time, it loses interest and starts to bleed off, essentially. And a token eventually bleeds to death. Some people call it a slow rug. I just call it a project that loses interest. What do you guys have in the works to try to battle that pattern that we've seen time and time again?
So the way the passive income rewards will be distributed, they'll also be distributed to the token holders based off how many tokens they have at the end of the week. And
Okay.
I'm hoping that since people will be winning, they will like that feeling and want to use up some of those profits to keep winning every week.
Okay. Do you have like a monthly giveaway that does like a 25 times, or some special plans that you're going to do like every month, or special events, things like that?
We don't, but we can always come up with something.
Okay. Trying to dig out some early alpha that maybe I couldn't read in the white paper. There's got to be something I can dig out of you here. So I'll keep digging. I'll see what I can come up with.
Oh yeah, we try not to do a whole lot of talking, and we try to under promise and over deliver.
And that's good. That's important. So let's jump back into this real quick, because we lost TK and we got TK back. I think we're back. There we go. You back, TK?
I'm back.
All right. Okay. Welcome back, brother.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Hey, it happens. And especially in a live, it makes things a little more interesting. So, guys, if you have any questions so far, definitely throw them in the chat below. Let's find out what they are. And I will share the links real quick, just in case anybody needs to catch up or follow along. So the white paper, here's the link here real quick. We share that. There you go. That'll take the white paper, and that's where all this information is. And it's a really short white paper. It's really easy to digest. And guys, I got to give you kudos on that, because I've read white papers 30 pages long, and by the end, my brain is just rotted mush. It's like, oh my God, why did they make it so hard?
Some people have said that it lacks information, it's too short, but I like it short.
Actually, it was pretty simple. I'll show you this real quick. So I sat down with the white paper, and I went through, and I just wrote it all down as I went. And it's like, okay, well, that makes perfect sense. And then from there, I was able to go through, get a list of questions, and it was simple. It was clear. It was precise. And any questions I had, I'm asking right here. So I hope any questions you guys have, I'm getting answered. And if not, let me know, because I want to make sure you get them all. And so Mom says, hey, love sales. I'm interested. Okay. That means Mom says I got to come down and I got to look at getting her an RSG NFT or getting her into it. So you got it, Mom. So there's the links.
That sale will run for 24 hours for your community.
Right. Okay, guys, you heard that. So there is a 30% sale running right now for the next 24 hours. If all you have to do is go in there, open a ticket, say, hey, I saw you on Serenity show. You'll get the 30% discount, and I'll send that right back to you. So, and TK is back again. Welcome back, TK.
That was me last time on one of Oliver's AMAs he hosted for us.
Okay, so unfortunately, we have another user that's irritating. Same guy. They keep making accounts and coming back and asking just obnoxious questions. I do apologize, community. Okay, so see, that screws me up every time they do that. Sorry. So there's the link to the white paper. If you guys have any questions there, if you want to take part in the NFT sale, you can go through the website and you can read up on that and go directly to the link that way. And there is the link to the website. If you want to go straight into the Discord and ask questions, maybe it's something you don't feel comfortable asking here, that's totally okay. These guys are always in there and they're happy to answer them, and other community members can also answer. So let me share that as well. I'm going to do this several times through the stream. That way it's always out there. I want to give you guys the best information I can. and it will be in the description down below at the end of the stream. So you'll always have the info. Okay, and so next, that's where I was going. Are you really here this time, TK? Maybe. I'm not sure he is or not.
Looks frozen to me.
Yeah, he does look frozen to me. Okay, so I wanted to share this because this is where I was going next. So in the white paper, I was able to read up on pretty much everything. And it made total sense. You know, the NF from the external revenue sources. Now, one question I had for you, the only place I saw a team allocation was based off external revenue sources. So straight up, does the team get paid at all for any of the trading fees that occur?
So we were gonna collect the fee from the taxes, but I was like, nah, I want to adjust it so we're only collecting from outside revenue and not the holders' money. So that's the 15% you see there for the external revenue. That'll be the only thing we'll be collecting, and that'll be for like mods and things like that.
Okay, so that's the only place the team is actually taking allocation out of the protocol in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, perfect. I think that's great because I see so many teams try to bleed a project to death. Every buy they get 1%, every sell they get 1%, every prize they get 2%, just on and on and on until you realize they're getting like 30% of everything, and it's crazy.
RSG is for the people, and then for me too, because I want to participate too. I'm not rich and I want to have fun.
Right, exactly. And so no, that's one thing that stood out to me that I want to give you kudos on, but I want to make sure I ask straight up, is that the only place? So thank you for a direct answer. I like that.
Thank you.
TK, are you really here?
Are you among us?
I think so. I'm not a ghost.
We'll see how it goes. That's okay. You keep coming in and out. I'll keep asking if you're here or not. So, I mean, we've gone through the gamification pretty thoroughly. I mean, we've covered strategies. We've talked about the revenue streams, the goods, the bads, things like that. But there are two pieces we haven't covered as of yet. And these were just recently added to the white paper that I found from when I looked about a week ago. That's the RSG Dream and the RSG Safe. So who wants to tell me about the Dream? Because that was a cool write-up.
TK can tell us about that.
Okay.
If he's really back.
I have some notes here. So the RSG Dream is all about philanthropy. All right. You know, as it says in our white paper, the mission is dedicated to uplifting and supporting those in need, especially children, veterans, the homeless, and others facing life's toughest challenges. You know, I've been rather fortunate in life. I've had good support, good family. I
think we lost him again.
Oh, man.
Stay high. Looks like you're running with the ball, buddy. So fill us in here, brother.
Yeah, so one thing we all have in common as a team, and the reason why we all clicked, is we all want to give back. We all want to help out those that are in need. We don't have any like nonprofits that we have selected right now, but the whole idea is to give back. So in order to give back, when we collect profits from the outside revenue, we're going to have a wallet strictly for donations to nonprofits to help get back to those that are in need.
Okay. And yeah, we saw that on the slide there on the percentage. 10% of all external revenue goes to the RSG Dream. Now on these charities, let me ask you, as far as, do you have certain charities picked out, or do people apply, or can the community pick, or how does that work?
We don't have any charities picked out at the moment, but if anybody has any recommendations, we're always looking forward to checking them out.
Okay. And are you guys looking at rotating your charities every month or something like that? Or is it going to be one long-term charity, or how do you plan on playing that?
No, we're going to rotate. So it'll probably be every month, and we'll probably rotate to different ones.
Okay. Serenity charity for poor people. That works. I don't think it qualifies, but it sounds really good. Now, I think this is a great aspect. And I think that's one of those that he doesn't take money directly out of the people operating within the community, gamification, any of that, trading. This is totally from the external revenue source, just like your guys' pay is. So, I mean, I think you did that on a great structuring where everything that is growing and building goes to help and pay it forward. So, wonderful on that one. And Wild Angel says, I really like the RSG dream. Something I can get on board with. I agree, Wild Angel. I am the same way. That's one thing that really stood out to me. I thought that was really great. And we lost TK again. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it's definitely about helping out those that are in need.
Exactly. And I think that's something, especially with the recession, we've got all these things occurring. And there's a lot of great charities out there. And unfortunately, some of them are so commercialized that whatever you send them, the vast majority never actually makes it to the people that help. So I like the fact you're going with the community vote on different avenues versus just picking one big charity like Ronald McDonald House or something like that. Though they do good work, the people at the end only get like pennies off of every dollar that gets donated in. So I think that's great.
Exactly. Yeah, we want to help out. Our biggest goal is mainly like to help out like the younger children and younger adults. That's like our main goal, and like the veterans, because TK is a retired. He's a veteran.
Right, and I was going to ask about that, but we can't get him on here long enough to keep him.
Right.
So, okay, and we'll definitely come back to that once TK gets here, because I definitely want to give him a shout out. Because I come from a long line of veteran families. My wife was in the Army. My son was in the Army. Her brother was in the Air Force. All have served in a major conflict of some sort. And so, I'm totally down with that. My entire household's that way. So kudos and thank you for your service, TK. If you can hear us, I hope you're back. I don't know if he's back or not. Okay, looks like Stay High, you're still on the hot seat, brother. Now, one thing I saw in the white paper talked about RSG Safe gets 10% of the external revenue source, but I did not find that located anywhere in the white paper. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, that was just something new that was added as I was coming up with numbers. So I want to have something that we can have like some funds set aside for in case we need for emergencies or things like that, or any future development. That way we always have something backing us up and not relying on other revenues to come in.
Okay. So now, of course, some people say that brings up a concern. It's like, okay, this sounds like kind of like a mad money pot or something like that. So what is it to stop the RSG Safe not being utilized? Because, God forbid something happens, your car blows up or something, Stay High, and you suddenly need a car. How can we be assured that you're not going to utilize that RSG Safe to go get yourself a car because you got to have that to go to work or something like that? How's that going to be distributed? How's that going to work?
We'll most likely put that on a multi-sig. That way it stays secure.
Okay. Is there a certain criteria that has to be met for the RSG Safe to be utilized?
Not really. We'll just keep growing that wallet and allowing those funds to build up.
Okay. And Wild Angel says, thanks for your service, TK. If you can hear us now. Can you hear us? I think we completely lost him. I see his eyes move. Okay. And some people might really say that that's a concern instead of utilizing that into the treasury or something like that. Out of curiosity, why did you decide to do this to a separate wallet versus putting it in the treasury? Isn't that kind of the same thing?
Well, the treasury is probably going to get utilized like for distributing the payouts and things like that, and then external revenue. So we want to have this separate. And we'll probably most likely have like a bot tracking it in our Discord.
Okay. Sound good. Now, will the community be able to be a part of that RSG Safe as far as what it's used for? If a new project, a new investment opportunity comes up, will they be able to vote on that? Or how are you finding these new external revenue sources?
Yeah, they'll probably definitely be able to vote on it.
Okay. So I know I'm asking a lot of very fine-tuned questions that we're still very early in the stages here and things are getting hammered out. So let me ask you, if somebody has a great idea and they think, hey, you need to be a part of this protocol, or they think that should be restructured in this manner, is that something they can reach out to you directly on? Or how would they go through that channel? a support ticket or what?
Yeah, they could either open a support ticket, or I think we have a suggestions channel. They can always leave suggestions, and we'll always check them out.
Okay.
Yeah, we're always ears to listening to any recommendations or suggestions that anybody has.
Okay. Terrific. And yeah, I think that's definitely an important thing. TK, are you really back? I don't think he's really back yet.
Nope.
Okay, well, he'll keep floating in and out. So I think I've gone through all the pieces of the white paper. And like I said before at the beginning, guys, this is a very, very short white paper. It was really easy to follow, made perfect sense. There is a gamification to it. But as always, this is a very high-risk project because it's still new. It's in development as we speak. So it might be a great opportunity. It might be a great concern. I highly encourage everyone to do your own research. Go in, read through it, ask the questions to the team, go back through this AMA, see if I missed anything. And if so, bring it up because I would like to know if any of you have questions out there I haven't asked yet, and toss them in here because I'm trying to get every piece of information I can for you.
As far as the doxing, I also did privately dox to Omni Elites, which is ran by Chris Cruz and them. And they actually took all my private information and things like that as well, like ID card and things.
Nice. And I know after I heard that they did that, you also publicly doxed me or privately doxed to me, so I can verify that. I have seen your face. Do you know your name? It's okay. And so, yes, it's one of those where I'm not going to share that information unless you decide to stay high. But it is something I have done. So I want to make that very clear to everybody out there.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind you sharing that information either if something bad happened.
If something bad happens, I'm coming to look for you myself, brother. Yeah, I'm first on the list. I will find you. It's okay. No, I'm kidding. But it's one of those, I like to know anytime we do something on Down Home Crypto, you guys know that I have the first criteria is I have to meet a member of the team face-to-face in a private chat. I have to dox them. I have to know who they are. They have to know who I am before I will ever agree to bring them out here to my community and to share this information with you guys. And I can tell you the chat I had with Stay High was great. Covered a lot of stuff. Got a pretty good feeling about them. It is a new project. So be diligent on your research. Decide if it's right for you. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to him or him. Do your own research because in the end, you're responsible for your own decisions on that. So let me ask you, Stay High, is there anything I haven't asked about yet that you wish I would have?
Not that I can think of. I'm not that great with these AMAs. It's like I always have what I'm going to say and then I forget.
I do the same thing. I write out this whole page of questions and then I just get on a roll and I just like, okay, check that off, check that off, check that off. And so I've ran through a ton of them. But if there's something I've missed, because I can do that, I get very hyper-focused. So community, is there anything that you guys want to know? If so, please put it in the chat down below there. And by the way, for the record, guys, if you are still here and you're watching this, we are going to give away an NFT before the end of the stream. So stay tuned.
Oh, yeah. And one thing I want you guys to know is that I'm no pro. I'm no professional in crypto. I'm still learning like everybody else. I've only been at this for like 2 years. But I wanted to create something that people can have fun and they can trust and feel confident that they won't get rugged. So that's the reason why I decided to step up and create this, even though I'm not really a professional like that.
Now, on your developers, they're still working on the contract. Now, once that's complete stuff, is it going to go out and get audited and go through all the KYC process and all that through the contract and the safety multi-sigs?
Oh yeah, definitely. It'll get sent out to get an audit, and then once we get the audit back, we'll announce when we'll launch or an estimate.
Okay. And at that point in time, that's when we'll be able to go in and look at all the multi-sigs on the wallets. So we'll be able to look at the audit contract and make sure it has been audited, it has been verified, and we can verify all that information before we go live. Is that correct?
Exactly. The one thing I don't know if it will have a multi-sig on will be like the treasury wallet, because that'll have to pay out automatically, and we won't always be there to approve the transaction. So to make it easier, that probably won't be on the multi-sig.
Okay, and that would make sense if it's all in the scripting process, as long as nobody has direct access. It's still one of those where it can have a multi-sig for any of the funds directly withdrawn outside of the smart contract. I believe there's a way to do that. You'd have to check with your developer.
Oh yeah, we definitely check with that.
Yeah, I know that most protocols operate their treasury on some form of multi-sig, so nobody can go in and clean it out. Not that saying that you or TK or anybody else would, but it just removes the vulnerability. And I think that is super important.
Yeah, I'll ask the developer, but as of now, I think I'll just have to ask everybody to trust in me because I'll have access to it. But
okay.
I gave my information to everybody. I'm not trying to do anything shady or dirty here. I want everybody to win.
Right, and I think that's a great thing. And did we get him back yet? I keep hearing him chime back in.
I'm sure with time, everybody will learn to have some trust.
Absolutely. And sorry, TK, man, we keep losing your brother. I don't know if you can hear us or not.
Yeah, he said it. He said his Wi-Fi was messed up, and then his signal on his cell phone is messed up as well.
Man, tech does not like him today. I hate days like
no,
this.
No, it doesn't.
Especially
I think he
when
lives
you know
out
you can name it.
He lives deep in the country.
Okay. Deep in the woods. That's fair. And I know your mom says problems with that. So, okay. I think I've covered everything. Guys, do you have any questions yet that I haven't asked? Anything you want to know about? Is there anything else that you can tell us, Stay High? Because, of course, we've covered about everything there is to know about yet. What kind of alpha can you share? What kind of secret little nubs of information can you toss our way just for hanging out with you today?
I don't think we have any alpha right now at the moment. Not that I can think of in the back of my head.
Okay. Sounds good. So, guys, as you know, right now, you've got 24 hours from right now to go out and get the 30% discount on an RSG token NFT. So if that's something you're interested in, do your research first, make sure it's right for you. But if so, that's where you're going to mint your NFT, go to the RSG Discord, open a support ticket, paste in there your TXN address from that transaction, and they will take care of you from there. Is that correct, Stay High?
Yeah, just mention you're from the live, from Serenity's live.
Yeah, you got to put Serenity sent me. That's required.
Yep, 100.
And Wild says solar flares. Yeah, I agree. Things are going crazy, guys. So Stay High. Of course, we said we're going to give away an NFT to one of the viewers on the show. How would you like to do that, my man?
How do you usually handle your giveaways? You do like the numbers?
I usually do where they have to enter a phrase in the chat, and then it picks them randomly from there from Wheel of Fortune. You want to go that route?
Let's do that.
You got it. Okay. So we're going to say, oops, hold on. Let me open up the Wheel of Fortune. Everybody else knows how this goes? Sure. Go. Okay.
Who's going to be the lucky winner?
Yeah. That's always the fun part. And guys, if you still have questions, type them in now because we got time while we're doing this drawing here.
Yeah, these NFTs are going to be very rewarding. They're going to be the OGs, so we're always going to look into ways and keep rewarding the holders of this first NFT.
Exactly. And so the great thing is it's a wonderful passive income opportunity if you believe that Ready, Set, Go is going to go on, if it's going to build. And being at the early stage of the bull market right now, I can see where things could really pick up. So not financial advice. Do your own research. But like I said in the beginning, I am a holder of an NFT, and I'm looking at picking up a couple more. So I'm excited for this. So right now, guys, if you want to win that NFT, you got just a couple minutes. Type in the chat, hashtag Ready, Set, Go. Just like you see on the screen, no spaces, and we will draw it right here before we close out the stream. TK is back.
There he is.
Hi, guys. I literally had to change rooms, reset my router, redo everything. I'm back.
Oh, now you sound great. Can we restart the whole MA?
There we go.
Let's start all over again. I'm good at that.
All right, ready? Back to the intro.
There we go.
Start it up again. I'm good. So everybody right now, type in the chat, hashtag Ready, Set, Go, just like you see on your screen. and it's going to collect the entries, and then we're going to do a giveaway on that. Okay, so TK, man, we missed a whole bunch of stuff with you, brother. I am so sorry, my man.
It's technology, and it's my fault.
I always say the same thing with me personally. So, I mean, poor Stay High, he had to take a bunch of the pieces. So let's go back and revisit a couple of these real quick. So right off the bat, the RSG Dream. So I thought that was a great piece and a great write-up. And my understanding is that comes a lot from you and your military service.
Yeah, well, really, let's really say a lot of it comes from Wise Choice Money. He's a partner in this as well. He's part of the team. He does a lot of the background work, talks to a lot of people for us, does a lot of networking. But him and Stay High, they don't like to talk about it, and I don't want to put them on the spot, but they all have backgrounds that are not as advantageous as my own. And they have aspirations to help people to never have to suffer again. I take that really serious. Nobody should have to suffer. And if we can give back from DeFi, darn it, we're going to.
Absolutely. And no, I totally agree. And I love the fact that you are a retired Navy. My wife was in the Army. My son was in the Army. My brother was in the Air Force. We are very much a military family. So thank you for your service, brother. Absolutely. And thank you, because that's people don't realize what that's like. That's signing a blank check. It can include your life, your time, body parts, anything. I mean, that's a major leap of faith there. So now, none of us are asked to do that here in DeFi space, yet you did. So thank you, brother.
My pleasure.
So I know you kind of cut in and out. Did you get to hear most of this or any of this? Or
I did. Strangely, I could hear plenty. I just couldn't get across to you.
That was weird. So same question I had for Stay High. Is there anything that I haven't covered or asked about that you would like to share?
No, I don't think so. You were more in depth than even I was when I came on board the team.
Well, that's a good thing. I hope I did my research. I did my due diligence and asked everything I could imagine. But if there's something I didn't, I want to know it. Because
you wouldn't believe how nervous Stay High and I have been getting ready for this. You wouldn't believe it. Quizzing each other on the white paper, talking to each other about everything we possibly could.
I'm always nervous.
I think that's a good thing. In fact, I've shared that in a lot of my different stream stuff. It's I'm scared every time I come on camera. I am nervous. I'm sweaty. I'm walking around the house. And I figured the day I'm not nervous to get in front of a group of people and talk about something, that's the day I need to quit. Because if I don't take it seriously enough, I'm not going to be nervous. So that's kind of my gauge of how serious do I take what I do? Am I nervous or not? If I'm not, then probably don't take it serious enough. So I think that's a good thing, guys.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And Gods of Gaming says, gotta get TK that Starlink. Absolutely, brother.
I have it. I'm on Starlink. I don't know what's going on.
You didn't post like any negative Elon Musk content recently, did you? Something like that?
No. I worship the ground that man walks on.
Man, I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. Whatever it was, I fixed it.
Perfect. All right. Well, I'm glad you're back. Part of me wants to do this again, just from the start and go all over again. So yes, everybody right now, type in the chat, #Ready Set Go, because that is how you're going to win one of the Ready Set Go NFTs. This is the only way to get a free one, guys. So I'll give you just another minute or so there.
Who's feeling lucky? Who's feeling lucky?
Me. But I'm not entered, so it's okay. I'm staying out of this. And Wildland says, TK, Stay High, give me your best elevator pitch. Why should I give your project my money in 60 seconds or less? Ooh, I like that.
I'll take that. My pitch is this. We all started from humble beginnings in this project. We believe in honesty. We believe in integrity. We would never make a product that we wouldn't even sell to our mother. The idea is to have fun. The idea is to put a little money in your pocket. And the idea is to have passive income going forward. It may not feel.
What was that last part?
You good.
I said it may not always be a lot, but passive income is the way forward, and you'll always have something in your pocket.
Exactly.
Well
And that's
said.
why TK is the director of smooth operations.
Well, we got to get him a smooth internet connection so he can operate smoothly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's 100 right there.
I'm gonna cry, guys. I'm gonna cry.
we love you, brother. It's okay. So no, that was a great question, Wild Angel. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, your project moment, that's an absolute great way to look at it. And so always, I can't stress this enough. Do your own research. Don't just run out and buy it. Don't just invest in it because you saw it here. Please do your research, ask your questions. If there's anything I didn't cover, jump to the Discord. Ask the team. They are happy to answer anything you could possibly have. So, guys, I got to ask, so far, what has been the most difficult question that I've given you today?
Giving the lowdown on what our project is about. We talk about the minutia all the time, but giving an honest opinion, giving an honest idea of what our project is, it always is difficult for me. I'm not a salesman. I don't like to force people to do things. So talking about the basic part of the project is always difficult for me. I can always talk about the minutia because we spend so much time working on it, but it's giving that basic idea, and giving you a reason to buy in. That's always the hardest part for me.
I can see that. Absolutely. What about you, Say Hi?
Oh, I'd say probably about the same thing. We're really not trying to sell you anything. We're not salesmen, like TK said. So it's kind of hard to hype it over, hype it up.
Absolutely. And that's one thing I'm not about. I'm not about the hype. I'm not about shilling because I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to share the information. And like I said in the beginning, any excitement you see off me, guys, that's my own excitement. That's me personally because I don't know how else to be. So I'm always going to shoot straight with you. I'm going to ask the hard questions like I have. And if I haven't asked them, let me know because I want to ask them, just like Wild Angel did. That was a great one. Thank you, Derek.
Well, I'll tell you what, my hand's been sweating, so that'll answer it.
That's good. It means we're doing a good job up here trying to get the answers for you. So now it says we've got 8 people watching, but we've only got 3 entries in the Ready, Set, Go giveaway, guys. This is your last chance. I'm going to give you about 30 more seconds. Type in the chat, hashtag Ready, Set, Go to win that NFT. Now, the winner of that NFT, what do they need to do to verify with you guys?
Just open a ticket and let us know that you won.
Okay.
From the stream.
Okay. And so how you have to do, guys, on that to verify to you, take a screenshot of you being the winner on your account because anybody could pop in and say, oh, well, I won there. And then you get 3 people saying the same thing. So take a screenshot that you're watching this stream and that's what you're going to send. It verifies your identity because otherwise you're not going to get it. So you got to be safe about this.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've given them plenty of time, guys. You ready to do this?
All right, who's feeling lucky?
Okay. Big money, no
Ready,
whammies.
set, go.
In 5.
Ready, set, go.
3, 2, 1, go. I like that. I'm not used to ready, set, go. I like it.
Ooh.
Sandy Wallace.
All
There
right.
you go.
Greek almost got lucky.
Congratulations. You almost got lucky, Greek.
It was close, Greg. You were so close, man. So, absolutely. Sandy, I will make sure to help you out on that. We will get that down there.
Congratulations.
So,
Is that your mom?
that is my mom.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, there you go.
It was rigged.
I got nothing to do it. I make this as honest as possible. Any way to do it. But guys, keep in mind that there is a 30% discount. If this is something you want to get into, it's running for the next 24 hours. Buy your NFT, go open a support ticket in the Discord, and say Serenity sent me and I want to get my 30% off. And they will take care of that for you.
Exclusive for the Serenity community.
There you go. And there's your link to Discord right there, guys. And share the RSG token. There's your minting site right there. So, TK, you weren't here when I asked this question, so I'm going to ask you one more time just because I want to dig. is there any secret alpha that you can share with us that's maybe rattling around the brain that Stay High wouldn't tell us? We don't have to tell them. It's okay.
That between Wise Choice and myself, we're always looking at new passive income plays. And if anybody in the community has anything they want to send to us in Discord, we'll be more than happy to take a look at it. Like I said, it's about making real money. It's not about taking from others. It's about real substance. I can't even say the word. Real substantial passive income.
Okay. So I like that. So there are other revenue streams in the works now. We're going to have to do another one of these to find out as we get closer and closer, buddy.
There are other revenue streams in the works. There are. We'll talk about it more in the future.
Okay, guys, I tried to dig. I dug as hard as I can to try and get secret info, but it looks like that's all we're getting today. So
yeah, like I said, we like to under promise and over deliver.
I think it's the best way to go, and especially in today's age, because yeah, you start setting deadlines or promises, people are going to hold you to them. And if something goes wrong just a little bit and it delays, oh, they freak out. It gets all kinds of crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Welcome, Croc. Been a while since tuning in. Glad to see you still here, Jim. Yep, I'm getting close, buddy. I'm getting close. So welcome to the show, Croc. You'll have to go back and watch the rerun. Rarely do you get to catch me in live, so good to have you. And guys, as always, all I want to do is say, hey, if you've enjoyed this stream and you enjoyed the information going out there, do me a favor. Hit the like, subscribe. Always trying to bring you the best content I can. So, gentlemen, I want to thank you for your time today. Is there anything else you want to say in closing?
Just thank you for having us, and hopefully we'll see more of your community in the server. Hope to serve you well.
Yep, thank you. Just if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in our Discord, and we'll be happy to answer them.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much, and yeah, looking forward to it. Everybody, thank you for tuning in today, and until next time, have a great night.
Have a great one.